Thursday, August 18th, 2022, and finally I caught a clear sky and I'm able to do some astrophotography. Tonight I have my eyes set on something I've been waiting on, and finally luck is on my side because it's the only clear night I've seen in a while, and from the weather forecast it's not looking too promising for this upcoming new moon phase, so tonight it's on. If you're new to the channel, I do videos about astronomy and astrophotography from the dark skies of West Virginia. I do gear reviews, processing tutorials, and post fresh raw data for anyone to download free of charge. All you have to do is subscribe to the channel and turn on all notifications so you don't miss any of my video uploads. So tonight I have my eyes set on an alignment happening between the Pleiades, Mars, and the crescent moon. They're positioned just right tonight to hopefully capture them all in the same image. I will have to use a camera lens instead of a telescope for this one, and I'm thinking my rokinon 135 this might be the perfect choice for this project. At 135 millimeters, I should be able to get them all, but I will have to take a few separate shots to make sure everything is exposed correctly and all that. So I will be using a star tracker to track the sky's movement throughout the session to avoid any movement between the separate exposures. This just makes processing and blending way easier later on, and I'm going to check the field of view through my full frame Sony a7R II, but that's probably the camera I'm going to use. At this focal length, Mars will appear as a bright red looking star underneath the crescent moon with the Pleiades off to the side. It probably won't be that impressive to see honestly, but will still be a really cool image, I think. My main goal is just to get everything exposed good without blowing out the bright moon and capture something a little different than my typical deep sky image. And I will also be running the Red Cat 51 tonight too, and I've actually been working on a project and we'll probably just add more data to that, but you never know. If I get enough data tonight, I'll show you guys that image at the end of the video as well. To get everything set up and prepared for tonight, and yeah, let's do it. Guys, I've come down to this field across from my mom's house and the moon is up and it's looking pretty good. So I got the star tracker set up here and I just kind of did a rough polar alignment, so I don't really need nothing too demanding. These exposures are going to be really short, so I actually put the Canon 80D on here for now, and I'm just going to check the field of view with that. There's also this composition right down here on the road that I want to get, and I can kind of catch the backside of the Milky Way, I think, kind of with the road leading into the scene. So it's a shot I've been wanting to get for a while, and so we're gonna go ahead and fire off a couple shots of the moon and I'll show you what we're working with here. All right, you can see here I have the moon and it's pretty blown out. We got Mars right underneath and it actually looks like a little disc. It's got some diffraction spikes around it, looks really nice. And here's the moon. We got the moon. There is some, get these reflections here, but we'll process that out later. And then we got the Pleiades up here. Yeah, check that out. Look at that. So my plan is really to do kind of like a long exposure on the Pleiades, and then do a short exposure on the moon, and then bring them into Photoshop and just kind of blend them all back together. But you can see we got that one. Here's a little brighter, and then we got the moon in focus here. You can see moon looks really cool. And I'll do a little longer exposure to get the dark side illuminated too. So after taking a few test exposures, I realized it's going to be a little tougher to do long exposures on the Pleiades because the moon is so bright. So instead I decided to just keep it simple and just do shorter exposures on the Pleiades, and then just try to brighten it up during processing.